I'm Dawson Schmidt here with the latest stories and developments in this week's Commodity Roundup on Trader PhD. Some much needed moisture relief made its way to parts of the Corn Belt late last week and early this week. Heavier precipitation was observed in parts of Illinois, Missouri, Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. Rainfall totals rose up to 3 inches in some areas, while a broader area received more than an inch of rain. Corn and soybean harvest was likely stalled in certain areas. However, the rainfall comes as states have experienced large moisture deficits over the past couple of months. Eric Snodgrass with Nutrient Ag Solutions says similar areas, as well as a larger portion of the Midwest, could see increased precipitation throughout November. However, other areas in Texas, the Cotton Belt, and the Southeast could be waiting longer for relief.
Just have a look here. You can see that the new European model has gone over more aggressive for precipitation. What I want to know, Dawson, is this and this. Do those regions stay drier longer and longer and longer, or does winter ever come through and break those areas out of their drought?
U.S. cotton exports have struggled over the past year, largely due to weaker shipments to China. While China has been buying soybeans from other sources to avoid U.S. supplies, the country's cotton imports have declined in totality. Chinese custom data on Monday showed that the country imported 100,000 metric tons of cotton in September, up from 70,000 tons imported in August. However, total imports reached 690,000 metric tons, down 69% from a year ago. Shipments have also been running at the lowest in about 20 years, slightly behind the 2016 import pace. According to economic data on Monday, China's economy grew at the slowest pace in a year in the third quarter of 2025. Domestic demand has been slowing, which signals issues for the textile industry. Further indication that China's economy is weakening could signal limited demand for cotton imports in the future, which could continue to leave a gap in U.S. export demand. President Trump is looking south for solutions to combat high beef prices for consumers. In a bid to bring down the cost of beef, Trump told reporters on Sunday that the U.S. would buy beef from Argentina. His comments came after previous notions that the White House had a deal to bring down beef prices. Beef imports from Argentina have already been increasing over the past few years. The most recent U.S. Census data shows that imports are running 42% ahead of last year and well above the 5-year average. Meanwhile, total beef imports are running at a record pace of 3.4 billion pounds, up 30% from 2024. Drought, Mexican cattle import restrictions, and low U.S. cattle numbers have kept upward pressure on cattle prices. Live cattle futures pushed to nearly $250 per hundredweight last week. While more imports could offer some relief at the meat counter, they are unlikely to reverse years of herd liquidation. Thanks for watching. I'm Dawson Schmidt, and this has been Trader PhD.